Now, these are ideal for container plants, but you can also plant them in the ground, and they get nice, and they get a good size. You're going to get 3 plants, and since we made these available, 14,000 have been ordered, and we have 9,600 remaining. These are prolific tomato plants, meaning they're going to yield lots of fruit for you. Tomato is technically a fruit. This is 3 types of plants. You get cherry tomatoes, you get beefsteak, and you get slicer tomatoes. All right, we have Derek Wallin joining us from the family Wallin Roberta's, and we're thrilled about these tomatoes. This is the taste of summertime. These are annuals, meaning they're one and done. They're for the season.
That is, all tomatoes are like that because you're going to harvest all these beautiful fruits this summer anywhere in the country. Now, I want to mention this tomato collection, Dave, this fruits a month and a half earlier than all other tomatoes. So you're going to be picking and eating these before anyone else on the block. And what I love about that is that these tomatoes taste great. They are sweet. They are award winners. And you get all the tomatoes that you could find. Like you mentioned, you get a cherry, which you have right in front of you. This is the cherry tomato full size.
They're sweet as sugar. And you're going to love the cherry tomatoes. And if you cut them or you grill them or you put them in a skillet till they blister.
Yes.
And they burst open.
That.
Oh, my word. They're so good. And if you want to cook the green tomatoes, you can. This is lovely. Now, these are bred to be not quite as big, so they're great for containers, yes?
Yes. So like what we have here on set, you saw the cherry. This is the slicer, also grown in a container. All these fruits, these are real. You're going to get around 60 or more pounds of fruits from this one collection in containers. Traditionally, you couldn't do that, Dave. You had to have a big garden patio. You had to have a lot of yard space to grow your big tomatoes. Now you're going to have a beefsteak, a slicer, and a cherry tomato plant on your deck, on your patio.
We also have auto delivery, so you can you choose auto delivery, and it's 2 shipments. You get spring of this year. It won't be delivered to you until it's safe to plant in your area. And then spring of next year of 26.
Yes, that's great.
And over 14,000 ordered. We have 9,500 left. These are going very quickly, and we're well over half gone. The only tomato plant that Roberta's will do all year long. This is lovely, and you're getting 3 live plants. And we do recommend staking them because these are heavy.
Yeah, like we said, you're going to get over 20 pounds from each plant, so it is nice to give them a small cage or a few stakes. You can see that is the Bush Champion. That's the beefsteak. Each one of these weighs around 1 pound, and right there in just a quarter of that plant, I mean, you can see how many that you're getting. Now, here's the fun thing about these, David. All your burgers, if you overcook them, doesn't matter. Slice some of these beefsteaks on there. They're juicy, they're sweet. Make your tomato salads, but I want to emphasize there's 4 main things that makes this so different from any tomato you would get at the greenhouse nearby or the big box stores. A is the speed. You're going to be eating these and picking these a month and a half earlier than any other tomato. B is the yield. You're getting like around 20 pounds or more from each plant. 3 is the taste. These are all award winners.
You're making a mater sandwich.
I am.
And we call it a mater sandwich because my granddad used to come home at lunchtime and he called his wife mother because she was the mother. Well, they were the parents of 5 children. My mother is the youngest of the 5 and the only surviving sibling at this point. She is the only one still alive. This is, he would come home at lunch. He'd say, "Mother, what are we having for lunch?" He said, "We're having mater sandwiches for lunch. Go wash your hands." And so mayonnaise, white bread, salt, pepper.
I learned from you. You got to do 2 mayonnaise.
You have to do it, and you have to put the mayonnaise on first and then sprinkle the salt and pepper because it acts like glue.
There you go.
There's the salt. There's the pepper.
And then I'll top it off just like that. Isn't that right? You
can do 2 slices if you're feeling really squirrely. 2 slices of tomato. And then cut that open and you're ready to go. These are mater sandwiches. Oh boy, is this good. 14,500 have been ordered and 8,900 remain. And please, if you have this in your shopping cart, check out right now. It does not guarantee. It only stays there for a short amount of time. And then if you take no action on it, people at QVC.com are sneaky. They will release it back into inventory for other people who are ready to act on it.
That's true.
And if you are looking for the only tomato plant we'll do all season, this is it.
Yep, this is the only tomatoes we have all year with Roberta's. Normally we have multiple different you could choose. We gave you the best in one collection. Now this is one of the 3 plants you're getting home. And I want to emphasize this plant right here, it's farm fresh, it's healthy, is going to grow into what you see here this summer.
You have half a tomato sandwich here. I might have to take a little bite of this.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Because it looks too good to pass
Let me
up.
know if it lives up to to your
Here's a
pass.
taste of summer. Oh, it's lovely. Lovely. You did a great job, sir. This is the real deal. This is summertime. If you're looking for sweet, juicy tomatoes and white bread and mayonnaise and salt and pepper, this is it.
Now,
oh my word.
I want to emphasize a point here. I went to the grocery store and I picked up some slicer tomatoes. You see the color of that? It's kind of a pale pink.
It's
and
anemic.
Yes, and then this is what we grew on our own plant. We just picked this. Look at the difference in the color. You're going to be picking your own truly farm fresh tomatoes, sun ripened, super sweet and juicy at home.
If you live in an apartment or a condo,
Yes.
this is ideal for you because these are bred for containers, but you can also plant them in the ground if you choose to.
Yes, you can.
I need to let you know that we are very busy with this item. We've sold 15,000 this season now. We have 8,300 remaining, and that may sound like a lot, but we get into a lot of homes. And Sunday is one of the most watched days of the week at QVC. And it's important to know we have 500 people waiting to place orders. These are tomato stacks.
Yes, I
with
love
mozzarella and fresh
doing
basil
this.
and balsamic glaze.
So let's just go over a little bit of all the 3 types that you're going to get. You're going to get your beefsteak. These are the huge. They're about a pound.
Those are for your burgers.
These are
or
for your
tomato
burgers.
sandwiches.
You're going to get the slicer here, which I love in caprese salads. I'll chop these up and put them in my pita breads, my, any kind of tacos.
You sometimes make sauce with those?
I make a ton of sauce with them. That's a great point. And then you're going to get the Bing cherry tomatoes. Look at them on the vine like that. We picked these this morning. And you see the color. These are deep red fruits.
The way God intended.
Yes.
I mean, not that anemic pink that you find in the grocery store. I mean, if you are finding lackluster tomatoes in the store, there's a reason for it. You can grow it yourself, and these are easy to grow, yes?
They're super easy. That's the fun thing about this. All you need is a container of your choice, or, if you have yard space, go for it. But we love these in containers because you keep them close to the house. That's why when it's time to eat dinner, you just walk 5 steps out the back door, pick your fruits, make your pizzas, whatever it is.
Now, it's also important to know, and I know this is maybe obvious to some of you, but if you've never grown a tomato before, these are outdoor plants.
Yes.
This is an outdoor
point.
plant. So you want to do this on the deck or the patio if you have a small place in containers. You can also do it in the ground if you like. And it's recommended that you stake these because they're very heavy.
Yes.
Now, we've sold 16,000 this season. We have 7,300 remaining. Every time I update you, another 1,000 have flown out the door. If you are thinking auto delivery, you're going to get a shipment in the spring of this year and a spring of next year. Now, we're not going to ship these until it's safe to plant in your area. So when they show up on your doorstep, they're safe to plant outside. So please know that this is going to be very important. And Derek is wearing, I think, a shamrock, aren't you?
Well, our whole logo is kind of like that, but I also have a cactus little pin there.
Oh, I thought you had a shamrock on.
No.
Oh. Well, we'll see about getting you a shamrock. And you've got a green plant, so that'll work too. This is lovely because what you're talking about is 1 plant per container pot, yes?
Yes, that's what we recommend. We love our party planters, and you could use anything. These are 15 inches wide and 11 inches tall, and that's enough space for your beefsteaks or your slicers. You're going to put this in your container or the ground right after you get them. They will be shipped to you at the time it's ready to plant. And expect to be eating your first harvested fruits in about 45 to 50 days from the time of planting. Now, that's a month and a half earlier than traditional tomatoes. And I want to point out that's a big deal because most tomatoes, you're waiting till August to eat them. These, you're going to be, at the end of June, you're going to be eating your own, making your own little martini cocktails with buffalo mozzarella, you name it.
All right, we've sold 17,000 for the season, 6,700 left for the whole season. And at Roberta's, if you're not happy, Roberta's is not happy.
That's true. We want to make sure you have a great time growing with us, so we assure your satisfaction with with our perennials for 1 year and our annual and tropical plants for 90 days from the time of shipment. If for any reason, if you have questions, if you need replacement plants, please give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're there with you every step of the way.
All right, we are going to ask you to stay on the line, and we'll keep you updated on the Tomato Lovers Variety Pack live plants. You get 3 plants. Sir, it's good to have you back. Thank you. All right, let's talk about my shoes. And these are new from Revitaline.